Under the glorious Asgardian sun, a grand coronation ceremony unfolds. Thor stands tall, radiating youthful arrogance as he prepares to ascend the throne. Odin, the Allfather, weathered and wise, oversees the momentous occasion as the Asgardian crowd roars its approval. From the shadows, Loki watches, his face a mask concealing the envy and resentment that churn within. Torches flicker in the vast Asgardian vault, casting long, eerie shadows that dance across the stone. Hulking frost giants, their blue skin glistening in the torchlight, move with surprising speed, their eyes fixed on their prize. At the center of the vault, the casket of ancient winters pulses with an otherworldly cold, its icy glow illuminating the faces of the invaders. The casket emanates power, a beacon of ancient and dangerous magic, coveted by the frost giants. Fueled by eagerness for battle, Thor disregards Odin's command, his ambition burning brighter than the vault's torches. Against Odin's direct order, Thor leads a formidable force towards Jotunheim, ready to confront the frost giants in their frozen domain. The frozen ground of Jotunheim trembles under the fury of war as Asgardian warriors clash against towering frost giants. Ice splinters and shatters with each earth-shaking step of the warring factions. Thor, eyes blazing with battle lust, swings Mjolnir, each strike unleashing shockwaves across the icy landscape. The dormant war violently reignites, fueled by Thor's reckless aggression and the clash of ice and steel. A blinding light pierces the stormy sky, heralding the arrival of Odin. Odin descends, Gungnir clutched in his hand, his face etched with deep disappointment as he surveys the carnage, his gaze fixed on Thor. In the Asgardian throne room, Odin stands, the Allfather, his regal presence casting a long shadow over the scene. His gaze, stern and unwavering, pierces directly through Thor, a storm of destiny brewing in his eyes. With a mere gesture, Odin unleashes his power, stripping Thor of his might as Mjolnir answers its master's call, hurtling away. Loki observes from the shadows, a flicker of dark ambition, igniting within his emerald eyes as he witnesses Thor's banishment. Under the relentless New Mexico sun, Thor crashes violently into the desert sands, a god brought to earth. Disoriented and struggling, he rises, his usual strength diminished, confusion clouding his features. An old SUV grinds to a halt, kicking up dust as Jane Foster, Eric Selvig and Darcy Lewis emerge, squinting at the strange figure before them. Darcy's skepticism cuts through the desert air. Is that a cosplayer? Thor is thrust into the sterile glare of a hospital room, his eyes narrowed with distrust as he surveys the alien landscape of gleaming metal and unfamiliar devices. A frown deepens on his face as he attempts to call forth his power, only to find it frustratingly muted, a mere echo of its former strength. Jane watches him with a scientist's keen interest, her gaze alight with intellectual excitement as she begins to probe the mysteries of his unique form. The bright clinical lights reflect off the cold surfaces, heightening Thor's sense of displacement and vulnerability. A silent battle of wills begins as Jane's scientific scrutiny meets Thor's growing unease, the room charged with unspoken questions and potential. In the stark New Mexico desert, SHIELD agents swarm the crater site, yellow tape snapping in the wind, sealing off the impact zone. Agent Coulson directs the methodical investigation, each agent a precise instrument in a landscape of dust and mystery. From the horizon, a figure emerges. Thor, escaped and driven, his gaze locked on the distant silent hammer. Thor breaches the perimeter, his single-minded determination a force against the organized chaos of SHIELD. Kneeling before Mjolnir, Thor's hands grip the handle, muscles straining, a desperate plea etched on his face as the hammer remains unyielding. In the hum of fluorescent lights, Thor's imposing figure dominates the red vinyl booth, a stark contrast to the mundane diner setting. Steam curls from coffee mugs as Eric leans forward, his expression a mix of disbelief and scientific curiosity. "So, you're saying you're from another planet?" Thor's regal gaze meets Eric's, a flicker of ancient knowledge in his eyes as he declares, "Indeed, I am Thor Odinson." Darcy's youthful enthusiasm breaks the tension, her eyes wide with excitement. "Cool, can you summon lightning?" Jane's focused gaze holds Thor's, urging him to reveal the truth behind his arrival. "Thor, what exactly happened before you got here?" A shadow of regret darkens Thor's face as he confesses, "My arrogance brought destruction. The impact of my actions." In the sterile, humming heart of the SHIELD facility, Loki stands tall, his regal bearing a stark contrast to the cold surroundings. Thor faces his brother, the air thick with unspoken resentments and simmering animosity. Loki's voice cuts through the silence, each word a calculated strike. Odin is in the Odin sleep. I am now the ruler of Asgard. A manipulative suggestion hangs heavy in the air as Loki attempts to disarm his brother. Stay here, brother. Give up your claim to the throne. In the heart of New Mexico, a fearsome destroyer of gleaming metal and dark energy crushes the asphalt streets, its presence a terrifying omen. Panic erupts as townspeople scatter before its might, their cries swallowed by the destroyer's thunderous advance. Thor, battered but unbowed, stands defiant against the encroaching shadow, his torn clothes a testament to battles fought. Mjolnir is raised in a hand that trembles, yet Thor's eyes burn with unwavering resolve, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. In the heart of the New Mexico crater, a surge of worthiness washes over Thor, the desert wind swirling around him. Mjolnir answers his silent call, rocketing back into his grasp with unstoppable force. He spins the hammer, power coursing through his veins, his eyes blazing with renewed might. With a defiant roar that echoes across the desolate landscape, Thor unleashes Mjolnir's fury upon the destroyer. Metal explodes into the desert air as the destroyer crumbles, defeated by the god who swore, "I swear I will return." Thor storms into the Bifrost Observatory, his eyes burning with righteous fury. Loki stands before the cosmic gateway, poised to unleash its power upon Jotunheim. Crackling energy engulfs the chamber as Thor advances, Mjolnir vibrating intensely in his grasp. Loki turns, a cruel smile twisting his features as he prepares to meet his brother's challenge. The very air thrums with tension as they prepare to clash, a battle of wills about to erupt. The observatory shakes under the force of their blows, lightning illuminating the ancient structure as Thor and Loki exchange earth-shattering attacks. Thor, with Mjolnir ablaze, shatters the Bifrost Bridge in a cataclysm of rainbow light and cosmic dust. Loki's scream echoes as he plummets into the abyss, swallowed by the swirling vortex. Amidst the wreckage, Thor stands resolute, his face a mask of sorrow and grim determination. Odin approaches through the settling dust, his expression grave yet proud. "You have done well, my son. A heavy burden, bravely borne." In Odin's grand chambers, sunlight bathes the golden hall, casting long shadows that amplify the gravity of the moment. Thor stands resolute before Odin, the Allfather's wise eyes reflecting both concern and the weight of Asgard's burdens. The air is thick with unspoken words, the fractured Bifrost and Loki's treachery casting a pall over their exchange. "Father, I must return to Earth," Thor declares, his voice echoing with longing. "I must be with Jane." Odin's reply resonates with ancient authority. "It is not yet your time, Thor. Your destiny lies here, in Asgard." Under the inky expanse of the New Mexico desert night, Jane Foster adjusts her instruments, their soft glow cutting through the darkness. Her upward gaze is filled with a poignant blend of yearning and anticipation as she searches the star-strewn sky. Eric Selvig and Darcy Lewis stand beside her, their faces reflecting deep concern in the dim light. Silent comfort hangs in the air as they watch Jane, her silhouette framed against the infinite cosmos. The vast desert amplifies their isolation, with the faint, hopeful glow of the instruments a beacon in the overwhelming darkness. In the sterile, brightly lit SHIELD facility, the Tesseract pulses with an otherworldly blue glow, dominating the room. Nick Fury gestures towards the cube, his expression hinting at unseen cosmic scales. Eric Selvig approaches the Tesseract with cautious steps, his face a mixture of awe and trepidation. A larger universe, future threats, echoes in the sterile air, unseen but deeply felt. Fury watches Selvig, a knowing glint in his eye, a silent acknowledgement of the vastness that awaits.